everybody, just wanted to show you something that I was messing with today. Picked up a chainsaw recently that wasn't very expensive. I got it off Marketplace. I've been doing a lot of tree work around the house. I have had several people ask me, why are you not filming that? But I've also been doing kind of my own climbing, and it's just hard to get up in the tree, climb, do all that stuff, try to film it. So I still have some other tree work to do. I might film a little bit of it, but I'm not sure yet. It's not something that I do every day, so I'm trying to make sure I'm thinking about what I'm doing while I'm climbing and cutting. But I wanted to get a little smaller gas-powered saw that was a top handle, so that way I could use it. I might get a boom lift from work, so I'm going to probably be doing a little bit of cutting that's going to be at an elevated position and or climbing and cutting. So I had a DeWalt battery powered saw, but I wanted to get a gas saw, and I didn't want to spend a crazy amount of money, so I found an older American made Poulan chainsaw that was a top handle, and I got it, but I couldn't get the bar to tighten up on it, and it didn't look like the nut was spinning on the threads. It's just a one bolt I guess a one bolt tightening system on this particular bar and chain or bar cover combination. But you know, most of your other bigger saws are going to be 2 bolts and 2 nuts that hold the bar cover and tensioner assembly on. But this saw being smaller, I guess it just had one. But when I tried to tighten it up, I realized that the bolt was actually pulling the threads out of the case. This is an aluminum case saw, and so when I was tightening it down, the threads on the shaft of the bolt, you know, I'll show you here in a second, but it was basically drawing that stud out of, there we go. I figured I'd get in a second. It was drawing the stud out of the saw, so I pulled it apart and took the stud out of the case, and you could tell that all the threads and the aluminum had started coming out. So just in case somebody out there was messing with this and had this same problem going on, what I really did was just tapped it over to a larger size stud, and then I had some spare bolts and hardware that I keep laying around, and I cut a stud down to the size that I needed. So I'll spin the camera around here and kind of show you what I'm looking at. All right, so here's the saw. Like I said, it's just kind of an older Poulan. It's a pretty simple designed top handle saw. So that's what it looks like with the cover on it. And like I said, it's just a 1 bolt design to keep the bar tight. And then there's your tensioner screw. So I knew something was wrong. I thought maybe somebody had put the wrong size nut on the stud, and it was basically spinning whenever you'd get it bottomed out. But then upon further inspection, I realized this was the old stud that was in it. It was actually drawing this out of this aluminum case. I've only really ran John's thread saws, but I don't have a lot of you know, time working on other saws and pieces of equipment. I know a lot of cheap saws are going to be mostly like a plastic case, so this isn't really going to help you if that's the case, you know, for your specific saw. But I kind of wanted to show you what I was messing with, because I thought, well, what am I going to do to remedy this? And back when I was a technician and stuff, we would typically, to repair a hole, you'd put in what they call like a helicoil or a thread insert. But not really wanting to do that, I just decided I would actually make this hole a little bit larger in diameter. So I took basically just an eye bolt that I had and cut a portion of the threads off of it to match the same size as that stud. And then I'm going to get it threaded in here and get it all put back together here in just a second and make sure that that works and tightens up. But basically, like I said, just use, I oversized it. I believe this was, I don't remember what I gauged it at. It was 3/16 something. I wound up upsizing it to 3/8 of an inch. That's what the threads are on this stud. And basically that's going to take care of my problem, I believe. So like I said, not something that I'd ran into on a saw before. Just thought I might kind of share that with you guys. Maybe it would help somebody out there. I did have to oversize the cover here a little bit. This was a little too tight to go over this 3/8 stud, but you could tell somebody had had this issue with it before because there was red Loctite on the old stud. I may take mine back out and put a little bit of blue Loctite on it at some point just to help hold it in there. But other than that, I've ran saw, it runs great. It just, I couldn't keep the excess slack out of the bar, and it was really just flopping around a lot, so I didn't want to keep running it like that and then tear something else up. But like I said, hopefully that helps you out and you know, gives you a little bit of food for thought, if maybe that can give you a different approach on something you're messing with. So we appreciate you tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care, have a good day.